Welcome back, homeschool families. This is going to be a short video just to describe the dashboard of Color Code Curriculum. So when you first make an account in Color Code Curriculum, you will see your dashboard. This is a fictitious account used solely for this example. When you first come into the dashboard, you're going to see today's date, and then you're going to see how many children are enrolled and how many students need their login set up. We'll go more into that soon. You will see the remaining days in your term and the number of completed modules. This section displays the total grade percentage. Today's plan is Theo's science class, where he will explore Venn diagrams. You have a week's overview in the dashboard, where you can add modules as needed. For example, to add a module for Friday, click Add a Module. Module creation will be covered in detail later. To complete our overview, let's look at the Children's section. Clicking Manage Children will direct you to the Children's page. Here, hovering over a child's entry reveals options to invite, view, or delete. Selecting Invite sends the student to the login screen. There are separate login screens for parents and students. The student login leads directly to their dashboard, which we'll discuss later. The View button displays all student information, including the family code, unique per family, username, and PIN. Now, to enable student login, you need to check the Edit box. Upon first login, click the designated option and create a 4-digit PIN that is easy to remember. Save student login. Children's brain break preferences are very important. The student portal will include a dedicated brain break section based on these preferences. Here, you can edit and select the appropriate grade level: early reader, elementary, middle school, or high school. You can configure the AI's response style, guided choices or short typed requests, brain break duration, tone, and whether to allow YouTube video suggestions, which prioritize preferred educational channels before a broader search. And if there are any supply preferences such as no mess or crafts allowed, paper allowed, quick cleanup, you can click this so that the Brain Break Buddy knows what kind of drawing activity to do or not to do. Safety features are available. You can choose to prioritize safety for siblings, even if small space-friendly features are not a concern. Remember to save your preferences. We will explore the Brain Break feature further in the student portal. Back to the dashboard. Click All Grades to view ungraded, graded, or archived assignments. A drop-down will show all ungraded assignments completed by students. Here are the assignments you've graded. You can always request the student to edit their work and return the assignment to them. Or you could choose to archive, delete, or update the grade. For this example, I'm going to choose to archive. So we archived this, so it's no longer in graded assignments. It's in archived assignments. When reviewing graded assignments, remember to select each student individually to view their specific work. Back at the dashboard, let's explore the Term Plan section. If you go to Quick Insights, click on the Term page. Let's create a new curriculum for this example. Terms organize your school year or semester. Subject curricula organize one subject within a curriculum plan. Units then break a subject into topics, and modules are the lessons your student completes. So let's go into each subject. Here are the starter subjects. I usually like to start with the starter subjects. All you have to do is click on each subject to add it. Language Arts. Then at the bottom, click the Add button. You can also add your very own subject, whether it be worship lessons or even chores. That's the wonderful thing about homeschool. You have control over the curriculum. The curriculum plan has been successfully created. You can now add units within each subject. If you are following state standards, I recommend outlining all grade-level standards and using them as a guide for your units. Principal AI will suggest units based on Common Core or state standards. Currently, we support Georgia standards, but we will soon expand our database to include additional standards. After adding a unit, click Save. Let's go back to the dashboard. Now we can click on Modules. When you click on Modules, you'll have a whole summary of all the different modules you have created. Modules are categorized into Published, Ready for Assignment, Draft, Unfinished, Awaiting Completion, and Archived, completed modules stored for later. Hovering over a module reveals options to edit, publish, archive, or delete. You can view all modules or search by keyword. Clicking Edit Module or Add Module will bring you to this page where you can enter the assignment title. This is the title of the assignment your child will complete. This section provides a brief overview, 1 to 2 sentences, of your child's activity. More detailed instructions and curriculum options are available below. The plan outlines summer science activities, including an estimated completion time. You must assign this to at least one student. At least here are the content blocks. So here there are many different types of blocks you can do. We'll have a whole separate video just for content blocks, but this is just a quick summary. So when you add a block, you can choose what kind you want. To add a reading passage, click on the appropriate block type and scroll down to Edit. Enter the passage title, then provide the reading material for your student. You can also add vocabulary words in the Keywords section and select a genre from the drop-down menu. Now we have a checklist. Do you have a to-do list or a certain order in which your student needs to complete their assignment? Assign the checklist block to them. You can create a list and new line-by-line instructions that they can check off. This is a perfect section to add. There is also a written response block. You can add a question prompt or writing topic for the student, such as All About Me. For example, you could prompt them with Talk About Yourself and provide the optional placeholder text, My name is and I love. When finished, add a block. Fill in the blank block. This tutorial offers a quick overview of how to use the Fill in the blank feature. Each item requires a title, at least one question, and a blank space for the answer. For example, the sun rises in the blank, where the correct answer, east, would be provided. You can also include accepted alternative answers for flexibility. Hints can also be added. If you want users to select from a word bank, check the Use Word Bank option. Then input the desired words, for example, east, west. The question would then appear as the sun rises in the blank, with east or west as clickable options. Remember to designate the correct answer. Quick reflection. A quick reflection block is a brief way for the student to summarize what they learned or how they felt about the assignment. Now the drawing block. Drawing in the activity grants them entry to a full drawing studio inside their portal. They could sketch a plant they saw on a hike, color a worksheet, or color in an image. Now for the quiz. This pre-made quiz requires a title and quiz type selection. Options include multiple choice, true, duck, false, and written response. This particular quiz is multiple choice. You can customize the point value for each question, for example, 10 points each. When setting up the multiple choice questions, select the correct answer, A, B, or C, by highlighting it. This will enable automatic grading, allowing students to receive immediate feedback. A short answer question, explain why roots are important for plant survival, is included but will not be graded. Its status will appear as ungraded and will be viewable in the parent portal under grading. PDF worksheets. This feature is under development and may have some quirks. You can add a worksheet title, then upload your PDF file. Select specific pages if it's a multi-page document. Finally, add your student instructions and block. Flashcards offer a simple method for students to practice vocabulary or concepts. Each card can feature a term and its definition, optionally including an example sentence and an additional block for notes. The Embed section, featuring Canva, is a favorite. It allows embedding links from platforms like YouTube, Quizlet, Kahoot, Scratch, Desmos, Google Docs, or your own website. While some embedded content may not be directly visible in the student portal, a clickable link will always be available, directing students to the correct learning materials. This feature is particularly useful for students who may get confused navigating multiple learning resource locations. This wraps up our quick tour of the Parent Portal dashboard. We hope this little peek into color code curriculum was helpful. There's so much more to explore, including all the ways Principal AI can help with curriculum planning and module creation. Thanks for joining us.